Hey guys, it's Mo in the deep end, and I forgot to push the live button. It's the big red button for, the naturally blonde among us. Good morning, Gigi. Good morning, Christine. And congratulations on your first interview. I will be watching on the replay crew. Yesterday was great, but I am learning to listen to my body and getting in a little bit slower. I will be doing a stream with Nicholas. We will be going on to talk about the murders a little bit, going, oh, am I doing echoes? Am I echoing? I shouldn't be, but because all right, let me see here. I've got my earbud in. Let me check one thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I checked on my end, so at least it wasn't anything I did. Thank you, Dennis. I was looking here and I was like, what button did I push or not push? But that's good, Dennis. I'm glad it wasn't me because I thought, "Oh my gosh, am I still on a" I do that all the time when I'm on another person's stream so I can pop out the chat. So I'm glad. And this is a gentle reminder for anyone. Remember that you to check that you are on live for chat and not what's the other one? Top chat, because then you will be confused. Oh no, you're fine. I do it all the time. In sad news, ladies and gentlemen, possibly, Hulk Hogan is married. He is off the market. So if you are looking to score some, single Hulk Hogan, fun time, unfortunately, he is off the market now. Given past video evidence, he might not be, all the faithful. So there might still be a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. But Hulk Hogan marries Sky Daly. Oh my god, that is a porn name if I've ever heard one. She didn't even take her last street name. She was okay, I'm not gonna make fun of this woman's name. I'm sure it's her Christian given name. And I'm sure third time's a charm. The retired WWE star, but not retired from tanning, tied the knot for the third time on Friday. Still has the wicked stash, so you know, in stash we pray. Oh, and they have matching swimsuits. It's true love, y'all. The retired WWE star 70 tied the knot with Sky Daly in a small ceremony Friday in Clearwater, Florida, according to TMZ. In photos obtained by the outlet, Hogan and his new bride posed for photos together in the ceremony, him with a simple black tuxedo and a black version of his signature head bandana, and Daly, 45, in a glittery white, ma'am, white. At least you could have gone off white. Come on. Just kidding. Ma'am, wear the white dress. With a sweetheart neckline and a lace train. Reps for Hogan did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment on Saturday. Hogan revealed his engagement to Daly, a yoga instructor. Oh my God, does she do the blue balls stuff? Jung Min, if you see this later on the replay crew, if we can find her yoga videos for Stabby Day for science, that would be awesome. uh, I asked Sky to marry me. She was crazy enough to say yes, brother. Hogan said in a now deleted video of the speech that was originally shared on Instagram, according to CNN. The former pro wrestler, whose real name is Terry Boyella, look, I don't know. I didn't. Good morning, Indigo. Told wedding guests that he'd met Daly after buying her a drink on a night out with Nova, who later encouraged him out to ask her out on a real date. Aww. Hogan posted a rare picture of himself and Daly on Instagram last month. 70 years young and happier than I've ever been. Oh, I just love, and they're old, and he still has the mustache, and oh, and he's wearing his own merchandise. I mean, come on, it's almost so cringy it's cute. I say, you two lovebirds go crazy, go wild, and if I don't see merch and or a reality TV show out of this, I am just 2023, you have failed me. So that's it. I'm holding out for a Hulk Hogan, number 2, what is it? Hulk's Grand New Adventure. I'm sure they're gonna be building tiny houses or tree houses or something, or strip clubs. I mean, honestly, yoga studios, whatever. I'm here for it. TLC, don't do another MILF Manor. We want Hulk Hogan and Sky. Hulk and Sky forever. Oh, okay. In other news, apparently you can't commit your ex-girlfriend against her will, allegedly. The one Pennsylvania cop arrested for improperly committing ex-girlfriend to a mental facility. I didn't know this was an option, but apparently, uh, this is not an option. So, forewarned is forearmed. So, if you are wanting to, properly commit your ex-girlfriend, apparently do not do this. A married state trooper is facing false imprisonment charges after he allegedly violently detained his ex-girlfriend and committed her to a health treatment program under bogus claims. Look, I just for science want to know how you do it for real claims, asking for a friend. And for Sal's eventual ex-girlfriend, let's be honest. Sal, we need to know how we correctly institutionalize an ex-girlfriend. What are the real steps we need to use? Justice, pre-justice for Sal. Ronald Davis, 37, was arrested Thursday on accusations he abused his authority to carry out the twisted takedown that left his former girlfriend improperly stuck in a mental facility for multiple days. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but and I'm sure if I weren't in somewhat of a weird mood, I would totally be upset about this. But this is this is hilarious for right now, and I will find this totally unfunny later, I promise. Um, Re Davis reportedly told her, "I know you're not crazy, I'll paint you as crazy." Okay, that's bad. Leading up to, the forced medical treatment the victim claimed, according to court documents released by the district attorney's office. His quest to have his ex committed began on August 21st. Oh, that's my oldest daughter's birthday. I mean, that's bad. When he sought out help from fellow troopers because he said the victim, identified by the district attorney as MF, oh, this stuff writes itself, had mental problems according to the affidavit of probable cause. On the advice from the state, Davis, then a full off duty at the time, contacted off or county officials with his police email account and identified himself as a trooper to successfully obtain an order after he submitted purported texts from her where she threatened suicide, according to court docs. Once he got the order approved, the trooper went after the woman, who he dated for about 4 months before other uniformed troopers reached her, authorities alleged. "I'll take care of her myself," um, he alleged. Davis and the civilian companion found the victim in a picnic area at a state forest. Why do these people keep hanging out at state forest? I mean, the guy who was boffing his mistress was at at high schools and state forest. Really, people stay away from our natural parks. Do your shenanigans in the Walmart parking lot like everyone else. For the love of Cheetos. Uh, David is seen on top of his ex as she claimed he tackled her to the ground, according to the footage captured by the man with Davis and released to the DA's office. Do not have your friend there, you know, capturing your crime as you're illegally detaining the woman. Also, don't say, you know, you're insane and, you know, allegedly don't monologue your crime, your officerness. As she made moves to get free, Davis manhandled her and kept her on the ground in a wrestling style hold, the footage shows, according to authorities. She said once more again, "I can't breathe," as he was on top of her. When the two got up, Davis restrained her as she repeatedly said she didn't do anything wrong, according to the sickening footage. "Why are you treating me like a criminal?" she said before the uniformed officers arrived and took her to Lehigh Valley Hospital. Schuylkill? I don't know. That is some, well, that is Klingon right there, so I don't know. MF appeared to genuinely lack understanding about why she was being restrained, the affidavit said. She suffered injury to her forehead, torso, back, buttocks, forearms, knees, and lower body, according to the document. The ex-girlfriend was involuntarily committed for 5 days and did not display any suicidal thoughts during that time, according to medical personnel. She was released on August 26th and subsequently interviewed by police. Once cops saw the exchange of messages between the pair, they didn't think there was any cause to force her into treatment, the police said. Her purported suicidal text that Davis used to get her used against her appeared to be hypothetical in nature and part of a greater argument over their deteriorating relationship. Now, I am confused because I believe up here, didn't this say that this officer is married and yet he has a girlfriend? So I think the problem is that he needs to be institutionalized for rampant cheating. I mean, for the love of God. Uh, The affidavit. In fact, the text messages were a culmination of a larger domestic dispute between him and the victim. Taken in context, the text revealed her frustration with Trooper Davis and his controlling behavior, not a true desire to harm herself. Davis, who prosecutors said is married with a family, I can't imagine. Oh, you're married and your ex is wanting to leave you. Your girlfriend, your side chick. It's Oh, you are such a douche, dude. What an absolute dill hole. But honestly, you also, if you do have a legitimately crazy ex, you also can't send them to that either. I mean, it honestly does not work. In other news, a retired FBI special agent pleads guilty to concealing information from the FBI bureau. Interesting. An FBI agent concealing information from the intelligence agency? This would never happen. Not in our country. Not in America. This can't happen. Let's see here. A former special agent in charge of the FBI's field office in New York pleaded guilty on Friday to a charge of concealing information from the bureau. No, not him. By pleading guilty, Charles F. McGonigal, God, Professor McGonagall is just pissed off. Gryffindor has to take off like 400 points from their house. I mean, what the hell? Now Slytherin's going to win the House Cup this year. Just ridiculous. Cannot with you today. Admitted he failed to disclose that he'd received $225,000 in cash from a person who had business interests in Europe. Business interest in Europe, you say? Could it be from that land of Ukraine that we've been hearing so much about? The Justice Department said in a news release. McGonigal, who was supervising counterintelligence efforts at the time, so he's playing Sudoku, I see, had concealed he'd received cash from a former foreign security officer and traveled abroad with them, together meeting with foreign nationals. Well, that's not compromising. No, he was paying for look, Hunter is a talented artist. Have you not seen his blow pictures? Oh my god. He uses a legitimate looking crack pipe, allegedly, to make his blow pictures. I don't know if he is. I just pulled it up because, again, it legitimately tickled me that the FBI concealed information from the FBI. I honestly pick articles that tickle me with the irony or satire or just funniness of the dumpster fire. The individual later served as an FBI source in a criminal investigation involving foreign political lobbying over which McGonigal had official supervisory. So he was paid by someone, and then he was put in charge of supervising political lobbying. Yes, this makes perfect sense. I don't understand why they're charging them. Seems like part and parcel of our current, I mean, FBI handler who is watching this, we believe that you are perfectly safe and within your rights to do this. Uh, we we love you and we believe you're on the up and up. Please don't audit me. McGonigal retired from the FBI in 2018. Last month, he pleaded guilty in a separate case to working with a sanctioned Russian oligarch he had investigated when he was still a federal agent. Oleg, this name, Deripaska, was once considered Russia's richest person, but was sanctioned by the United States in 2018. Lucky he had someone in the FBI helping him. In connection to the Kremlin's 2014 illegal annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. Prosecutors said that starting in 2021, McGonigal violated those sanctions by providing services to that Deripaska, specifically agreeing to investigate a rival Russian oligarch. He's scheduled to be sentenced for the case on December 14th. He will probably get community service and a slap on the wrist. U.S. District Court Judge Colleen Collar-Colty has scheduled McGonigal to appear for his sentencing hearing on February 16th, 2014 for concealing information case. He faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Wait a minute. Whoa. We need the Board of Truth for this because I am confused. Now, listen, y'all, I try not to go political here because, everyone has a political opinion. But we have all the yahoos on January 6th, and let's be honest, they were yahoos. But we've got people getting 22 years, 15 years. Owen Schroyer just got, I think, was it 3 months or 120 days for having a bullhorn? And this guy has a max of 5 years for helping sanctioned people. So he's already violating something that we specifically Congress sanctioned someone. So he's violating congressional law, helping foreign dignitaries. I'm pretty sure he's violating the Hatch Act because he's acting as kind of an intermediary. So we've got Hatch Act. We've got definitely violating sanctions. So, I mean, we could probably go UN here. And so max 5 year. So 22 years for not even being in the Capitol, 120 days for speech that you had on the Capitol, 15 days for, or 15 years for seceding when we didn't secede from anything. I think the guy who put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk got 7 years. The people that were praying in front of an abortion clinic are looking at 10 years. The guy who told people on Twitter that if you tweet "I love Hillary Clinton" or something, you'll get that's your vote. I believe he got sentenced to 10 years for um, election interference. Are we seeing a difference here? So I'm getting a little pissed off. I mean, look, I polit- politically I'm homeless. I don't have a dog in either fight because I think both dogs are semi-functional at this point as dogs go. They're both kind of decrepit and weird. They both need to be put down, and we need to get a dog that actually hunts, if you get my meaning, like a good libertarian dog. And if Rand Paul wasn't so, well, spicy all the time. But, it's almost like, again, why do I have to be the voice of reason? I hate being the voice of reason. I shouldn't have to do this, but I will. But yeah, that's my point is you've got again these not even a we have a multi-leveled justice system and I hate this. So in that vein, we go to in other ridiculousness, but an update to a story we did before, a GoFundMe for a poor victim of her own actions nets nearly 10K for security for Black Lives Matters activist Ziana Bryant amid Dove boycott. You remember her. She is the body positivity Black liberation, or not Black, fat liberation, although I'm sure she has something to say about the other one, but she is the fat liberation activist that Dove picked as the face of their new campaign. Well, we have a uniparty. An online fundraiser has been launched to pay for the security for Black Lives Matter activist Diana Bryant, whose partnership with Dove to promote fat liberation sparked controversy after she was accused of getting a student expelled over misheard comments. The GoFundMe, which has, by the way, canceled, other political fundraising for, the Canadian truckers, for Kyle Rittenhouse, for, any sort of fundraiser they don't agree with, they'll take that down. But this one raised $10,000 Saturday and was created by Erica Chapman, a Charlottesville, Virginia woman who claims she is Brian's cousin. Uh, Let's see. Zanaya has been receiving hate mail and threats for years, and recently they become worse, she wrote on GoFundMe. Again, show me receipts and I will be willing to listen. I'm willing to listen. I don't want anyone to receive hate mail or threats. I think that's stupid. Again, I think her ideas are dumb, but I want her ideas to be heard. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Have her ideas fight the other ideas with words in debate, in open, forum, and you guys can talk it out. But don't be show me receipts because I have heard too much about I put garbage out on the internet and then someone was mean to me. I no. No, no, no. I need recipients now because I've seen too many of these. Someone was mean to me and then there's nothing. Chapman said that Brian, a community organizer, student activist studying at the University of Virginia, has faced increasing threats since she announced last month that she was partnering with Beauty to promote fat liberation. Sadly, in today's national climate, with so many angry, violent, unpredictable people, being visible, outspoken advocate and activist comes with significant risk. No, it doesn't promote violence. This is dumb. Whoever is sending this stuff is dumb. If you are sending this is dumb. Don't do this. Have your ideas do the battle. Talk and debate these things in open forums. Don't automatically assume motives behind the things. Have your ideas, but this whole fat liberation thing is not healthy. It's Again, can we have a happy medium where we tell kids, yes, you're healthy might but not be a size 4. You might have some hips and some boobs. It's gonna happen. But you can make healthier choices every day to do better. You can walk a little more, you know, watch TV a little less, and your healthy might be a size 12, and that is super okay instead of this. Zanaya is currently a graduate student. Oh, please tell me what is her graduate? Okay, in the chat, what is her graduate studies program? I am guessing journalism and ethnic studies. Uh, and we want to ensure that she's able to continue all the work that she's doing in the classroom and the community. We don't want to allow these racist attacks to take away from that. Please help Zanaya's friend and family support her in ensuring that she is safe and protected as she continues her important work assisting and elevating marginalized peoples and communities. The nature of the threats against Bryant was unclear. It wasn't known what kind of security measures she would be receiving. Y'all just paid $10,000 to this woman. Congratulations, allegedly, because y'all aren't gonna get recipients for this security. Allegedly. Look, maybe she's gonna come out with the receipts for, the security she's gonna get, but okay. The Post reached out to Bryant and Chapman for comment Sunday. The fundraiser, which had netted $50 of its 15,000 goal as of Sunday, comes nearly 1 month after Bryant announced her partnership with Dove in late August. The video posted to her Instagram page, the 21-year-old said, "My belief is that we should be centering voices and experience of the most marginalized community, uh, and people and communities at all times. So when I think of what fat liberation looks like to me, it's about centering the voices of those who live in and maneuver through spaces and institutions in a fat body." I don't know what that means. That sounds like word salad, Kamala Harris, 500 words that mean nothing. I mean, typically, fat bodies would move just like skinny bodies, only taking up more space because of mass. None of this makes sense. She captioned her video by saying, "Fat liberation is something we should be talking about. Tell us what fat liberation means to you by using hashtag size freedom, tagging at Dove to share your story." It was later revealed that Bryant pushed University of Virginia administrators to get student Morgan Bettinger expelled from campus over comments she later admitted she might have misheard. So that's the thing. I'm sorry, but again, you made a giant stink. You tore this girl's life apart over things you didn't hear. And now you're playing victim. I don't like this game. Okay, fine. Whatever. This woman apparently is going to tell her own story. So I don't know how many look, I don't know what fat liberation is. I am not terminally online or a millennial. I don't know. Y'all, I have now this is the woman that was detained in Dubai for screaming. Now, this woman went to Dubai as a female and decided that she was going to start her own trucking company, possibly unaware of the many cultural differences in a mostly theocratic and Muslim country. Um, Possibly that she could not yell at men. There was not a beginner's course. She was a little confused. She was not aware that as a female, she would not be permitted to. Yeah, I I don't know. A Houston woman was detained in Dubai for more than 3 months after arrest for shouting. Tiara Allen had gone to Dubai in hopes of starting her own trucking business. Instead, she became a victim of a possible scam and convoluted legal system. Again, do not go to a country that is a theocracy and deeply Islamic. Friberto, did you do something wrong and you're hiding? Knocked over the tripod. And he's like, I did not do that. I am hiding. Do not go to a theocracy without fully researching what you're doing as a female. Just, I don't give out general life advice much, but do not do that, okay? Just don't, okay? This is an as told to essay based on a conversation with Tiara Allen, a 29-year-old trucker from Houston, Texas, who was detained in Dubai for shouting, then banned from leaving the country for several months. So she went to the United Arab Emirates with some friends in September of 2022. She liked the environment. She went back again in April because she wanted to start her own trucking business there. She wanted to get a feel for the place because everyone in the UAE has their own business, and she thought it would be very lucrative. I mean, ma'am, did you do any basic research? Do you understand that there is an entirely different lending system there? That Sharia law means that you don't have interest, you don't have there is completely different laws governing things. You cannot just do your research, y'all. Don't be a ding dong. And I thought it was very lucrative. I was doing normal things like go out to the club and go to dinner. So I got to experience what it was really like to be one of the locals. No, you didn't. You got to experience what it was like to be a tourist. Locals do not go out. That is a tourist thing. That is not halal. You are no, 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 ma'am. And then everything just happened. I was in a minor fender bender while my friend was driving, and the police asked my friend for their physical driver's license. They didn't have it. We both got well, yeah. We both got arrested. They let me go when they realized I was only the passenger. I asked for my belongings like wallet and passport. The police said my stuff could be in the car that was returned to the rental agency. Go to the rental agency, the police said. We called them. We told them you're coming over, so head there right now. I was told this was a common scam in Dubai. When I got to the rental agency, they told me I had to wait because it impounded was closed. Then the employee said, unfortunately, you have to pay $5,000 US to get your things. They said it was their protocol. When I pushed back, he told me to figure it out and that my friend shouldn't have crashed the car. I apologized and told them I was in the country by myself, and I asked what I could do. They were becoming aggressive with me because being a lady going out by myself, and they didn't like that. No, ma'am, you should have had a male emissary go with you. You are a woman talking for yourself. This is not going to go over well. You should have read at least the Quran and the Hadith and had some male friend go with you. Why did you go to a theocracy if you're not going to learn any of this stuff and just expect America and feminism to get you over this? Oh my gosh, no. What is wrong with you? Thinking that you can stand up to them, talk back to them. They don't allow those things. No, because you are like 5/3 of a person to them, ma'am. Look at the Quran, look at Hadith. Your testimony is less Quranically. Don't, ma'am. He got loud with me and I raised my voice back to him. And that's when she knew she had done screwed up. I walked out of the office. He chased me outside. I guess he called the police. I didn't know I had a warrant out for my arrest until I went to check on my friend who was still in jail. I ended up getting arrested myself. When I asked what I did, the police said it was for shouting at the rental car employee. I thought it was a joke at first. I felt like I was in a movie. It was embarrassing. Meanwhile, my mom didn't know what happened to me, and didn't have a way to contact me. When the police let me leave jail, they placed a travel ban on me. I couldn't leave the UAE. I thought I was never going to see my mom again for 5 to 10 years. That put me in a deep depression. I wasn't able to work. I also do YouTube. I wasn't able to do that. I didn't have funds. I didn't have anything. The rental agency had my passport, my wallet, my phone for 3 months, and later they started raising the amount they wanted. It's almost like we have a really good system here in America. It's almost like the things that we complain about not having and the rights that, everyone is so sad that we don't have, it's almost like we have it really good here. I mean, they wanted, from 5,000 to 10,000 to retrieve them. I had Oh, here's how I finally got out of Dubai. I had access to a computer at my residence, and mom sent me some money. Both of us emailed the US Embassy, but it was really hard to get help. We finally got contact with Rada Sterling, a legal advocate that runs a company called Detained in Dubai, which helps foreigners who are in legal trouble there. She said this is a common scam in UAE. She stepped in and contacted the US Embassy and US lawmakers. She went to the news. That's how I got recognition. I was able to be free from this. Once the case got media attention, everyone was working a little bit faster, or else I would still be there now. In the end, I didn't have to pay anything to retrieve my stuff, so there was really no point. I had to pay $1,300 to get the travel ban lifted. And when I was able to finally leave the country, it was a breeze. I didn't believe I would actually get home until I was on US soil. When I arrived in Houston, all the news camera were there, and everyone was excited, especially my mom. I don't think I'll be going to any other Middle Eastern countries. I've learned my lesson, but I think it's going to help me during my other travel plans if I ever get in a situation like that again. I can teach other people, know your P's and Q's, or you could be just like me. I got lucky because some people don't make it out of this. How I've been, ma'am, ma'am, or you could take your blinders off and realize that places are not like America, and if you really wanna be a feminist, you could look at maybe, hey, some places where women are really oppressed. I know that's a super spicy thing, but places where, women can't get, an education, where, child brides really are a thing. I am so daggone sick and tired of feminists over here talking about crap. But, little girls in places are getting married to 60-year-olds, and crickets from these feminists. But that's my soapbox, and I try not to do my soapboxy things on this channel because, again, I try to be like I say, I guess she just left. She was like, "Hey, dude, I'm out." I hope that he got out too, or they got out. But again, have some have some general situational awareness if you're going to go to an Islamic theocracy, as a woman. Just a thought. Also, be aware that in, UAE, Dubai, the people that you see in the nightclubs, in, all the kind of touristy places, those are not practicing, people. Those are tourists. Uh, those are not the people that those are tourists. Uh, yeah, don't they are not the people that you're going to be dealing with in government. They are not the morality police that you are going to have to be dealing with if you would like to live and work there. So yeah. In interesting to sad news, we might be getting more answers from the Lanai fire. So it's been 7 weeks, but residents are finally prepared or getting prepared to being able to go look at their homes. So residents are preparing to return to the sites of homes demolished in the Lanai fire 7 weeks ago. Um, from just outside the burn zone in Lanai, Jess Clayton can see the ruins of the rental home she lived in for 13 years and raised 3 children. Little remains beyond jars of sea glass that stood outside the front door. On Monday, officials are expected to begin lifting restrictions on entry into the area. Clayton hopes to collect those jars and any other mementos she might find. I just want the freedom to be there and absorb what happened. She said, "Whatever I might find, even if it's those, uh, jars of sea glass, I'm looking forward to taking it. It's just a piece of home." It's a pe or authorities will begin allowing the first residents and property owners to return to their properties in the burn zone, many for the first time since it was demolished nearly 7 weeks ago on August 8th by the deadliest wildfire in U.S., uh, in more than century. Yeah, yeah, and whoever listen, I was listening to, a lot of Joe Rogan and Tim Pool, but whoever stopped people from leaving, whoever stopped those residents from being able to leave because there, I guess, was a line of cars. They wouldn't let them drive over down power lines. I look, there was so much, and notice how we're not hearing any more about this, about things that are, what happened, what went wrong. A lot of that has faded out of the news here lately. We still haven't learned about Las Vegas. Why are we still not getting answers to these things? I mean, I'm not wanting to go full on, Alex Jones, they're turning the frogs gay and interdimensional, vampires and non-humans, but come on, people. If we have all the, intelligentsias working, why can't we figure out Las Vegas? Why can't we figure out what happened here and hold people accountable? The prospect of returning has stirred strong emotions in residents who fled in vehicle or on foot as the wind-whipped flames raced across Lanai, the historic capital of the former Hawaiian kingdom, and overcame people stuck in traffic trying to escape. Some survivors jumped over a seawall and sheltered in the waves as hot black smoke blotted out the sun. The wildfire killed at least 97 people and destroyed more than 2,000 buildings, most of them homes. Clayton's home was a single-story cinder block house painted a reddish tan similar to the red dirt in Lanai. Uh, she can see the property from the National Guard blockade that has kept unauthorized people out of the burn zone. A few of the walls are still standing. Some of the green grass remains, she said. Authorities have divided the burn area into 17 zones and dozens of subzones. Well, I'm glad the government is there to zone things. Dear God, what would we do without the government zoning things? They couldn't turn on the damned water because sacred water goddess. But, zoning things for the burned out husk of stuff. We definitely have subzoned stuff. For the love of all that is holy. Resident or property owners of the first to be cleared for entries known as Zone Z or Zone 1C along Canoe Road in the north part of Lanai will be allowed to return on supervised visits Monday and Tuesday between 8 to 4. Well, I think if you move to Hawaii, you have to burn all your trainers as soon as you get there, and you are handed flip-flops as soon as you get there. I don't know if it's in the books. I think it might be in their constitution. I'll have to look because, well, I think Dog the Bounty Hunter has motorcycle boots, but I think he might be a special exemption. Very true. She could have had tennis shoes and trainers in there, and they just got burned down. Those eligible could pick up passes. Oh my God, you have to have a pass to government. Stop being such a pain in the bureaucratic ass. Daryl Oliveira, interim advisor to the Maui Emergency Management Agency. Where were you when there was an actual emergency? Said officials also want to ensure that they have space and privacy to reflect and grieve as they see fit. They anticipate some people will only want to go for a very short period of time, a few minutes to say goodbye and away to their property, Hawaiian Governor Josh Green said last week. Others may want to stay several hours. They're going to be very accommodating. Those returning will be provided water, shade, washing stations, portable toilet, medical and mental health care, transportation assistance if needed. And that's $700. And I'm sure Oprah will be there with $10 and, a contract to see if you want to buy or sell your land. I can just, you know what? I what is the more they zone this out, the more they bureaucratize, I just want some answers, and I'm sure these people just want some answers. I In final news, bougie people not getting a clue. Office workers' fury as fashion shows leaves them stranded in skyscraper. Bougie people not understanding the real world. A fashions designer who sells $300 sweatpants sets out to conjure glowing universe of beauty, or as we like to call, shut up you pores. I have a vision. In one of the city's most iconic buildings for a starry audience in his New York fashion show on Wednesday. Unfortunately, the office workers whose lobby he decided to conjure it in did not see the glowing beauty in it. In fact, we were told they were furious about the situation, and some were even considering calling the lawyers. Veteran streetwear star Willie Chavaria, who moonlights as a senior VP of design for Calvin Klein, hosted his eponymous line show in front of celebs and fashion VIPs, including Julia Fox, Dasha Planko, Evan Moss, Moses Sumney, Richie Shas. Honestly, I have no idea who any of these asses are, but I can honestly say they're asses because who the hell wants to pay $300 for sweatpants unless they get up and make you like really good popcorn with all the butter on it, then $300 for sweatpants is asinine. I know. This is when you need look, I am willing to rent out the services of a feral, nearly feral griffin for just these times. He's like Stitch. Look, we don't know exactly what he does, but give him 3 hours and he will ruin everything and cause chaos. He'll take all the left shoes. He and Fry will cause they're chaotic neutral. They don't mean to be bad, they just will cause chaos. Uh, in the stunning marble lobby of the historic Woolworth Building in downtown Manhattan, but stylish sources said the move left office workers and their employers apoplectic. The building is clearly suffering from the post-pandemic commercial office downturn and leased the lobby to Will Chevera, snarled a source, claiming the owners are so eager to make up for money from this fashion show that they turned off the elevators in America's first skyscraper from 4 to 7 p.m., prime time for office workers to be leaving their desks. Oh my God. I would be so pissed. People were stranded throughout the building, and there were a few folks who were able to get down, were turned out were able to get down, were turned down by security in the lobby and sent back up. Oh, hell to the no. I am done for the day. Get your bougie asses out of the way. I will knock a skinny person down. Look, look at these skinny guys. Look, they're all skinny. Look, I am fluffy and on a mission. I will push you down. Okay. Look, this dude is all of 37 pounds. I will be hangry. It is 7 o'clock. I wanna take my bra off. I will mow all of you down, and my office working posse allegedly will be right behind me. We will power walk our way out of there. Allegedly. Uh, People were stranded throughout the building and a few okay, so sources said that many of the tenants on floors up as high as 27 had no choice but to walk down dozens of flights of stairs. A rep for Javara told Page Six that the elevators were only out of service for like 15 minutes so that the show was actually going on. We emailed the building's management, but we didn't hear back. And what in the gold lame are these pants? I am so confused right now. So he's got a fluffy mullet thing and gold lame pants. If this is fashion, I don't want it. If this is male fashion, I double don't want it. I am all the confusion. Given the state of the office market, the idea that owners would trap their tenants in their office and make them unable to get home is deeply upsetting, the insider said. Some are considering litigation. The days before the show, yep, the building sent emails seen by Page Six to the office tenants saying the elevators would be out of service from 4 p.m. to 7:30 on the day of the show, but that service to the elevator would be running. Uh, a source scoffed at the idea that hundreds of workers would use the service elevator. Then the following day, Billy managers said the service elevator would not be interrupted at all, but our sources insisted they were, in fact, shut off for far more than 15 minutes. Meanwhile, those who weren't trying to make the Metro North to Westchester were delighted. After the show, dubbed, which was dubbed New Life, Harper's Bazaar raved that Shavara is the beating heart of the fashion industry. Well, it looks like it has gonorrhea. I don't know. That heart is diseased and it needs a doctor. Well, that's all I have for you. Apparently, us poors can learn to take the stairs because we all need to be skinny to get into these oversized pants, apparently. I have no idea, y'all. The world has gone crazy. Taylor Swift's dating someone from, I don't know, denim acid washed land. But that's the news for now. I have to pick up the tripod because Mr. Fry knocked it down and now he's in hiding. And in about 10 minutes, I will be on with Nick and we will be discussing Delphi. And then later on, I will be doing Newsy News tonight. I will be taking it a little bit slower this week, getting back into the pace of things after a flare. I will probably be doing something with Sal tonight, maybe doing the defense opening in the Maya case, because I know I'm going to say all the cursey words and I'll need someone to hold me back from saying all the cursey words. So thanks for joining me this morning. Like and share. And thanks everyone for being here, my mods and everyone. It's been a wonderful Monday morning, and I hope we continue to have a wonderful day today. I will see you in a little bit. Bye, guys.